All right, Paul, NPR gathered a lot of reaction from military members, and I'll read you a couple of the responses. What typically happens in a spillage as serious as this is they're immediately fired, says Kevin Carroll, who served 30 years in the Army and in the CIA at the Department of Homeland Security in the first Trump administration as well. He adds, I've defended spillage cases where people were going to be put out of the military or people were going to be turned out of their job within the military for violations that are just the smallest fraction of what just occurred. Let's also remind everybody, as we have been reminded over and over again, that these same folks that are on that chat, Mike Waltz, Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, have been very vocal publicly in the past about mistakes on classified information. Hillary Clinton, for example, they said that anybody else in her position would have been immediately jailed. Well, now they are in her position, and they're saying no big deal.
That's right. They are liars, they are cowards, and they are epically sloppy. And I think that's the real concern when it comes to issues of national security, is the consistent sloppiness and the incompetence and the fact that they hold themselves to a different standard. Pete Hegseth knows he screwed up. You can see it in his face. You can see it in his body language. Tulsi Gabbard knows it. They're all rattled by this because they realize how important this failure is. And the harder they spin, the worse it is. They know how bad it is because any private in the military would be in Leavenworth right now. Anybody in my unit would be violating the UCMJ and be locked up. And there's a betrayal here of every member of the military, and that's really where they're losing confidence. They've also lost the confidence now of allies, and I think they're losing the confidence of each other. They never should have been on that chat to begin with. So don't get caught in the language about whether it's classified or not. The question they should be asked is, did you divulge anything that violated operational security? Did you let anything go that could have gotten someone killed? And the whole world knows the answer is yes.
Why would he be telling that group of people those operational details? Were they in a need-to-know basis for that? Did they need to know that information?
Here's why he did it. Because it's Pete Hegseth, right? We knew that he was not just lacking qualification. He was disqualified. He has been sloppy. He has been disrespectful. He has lacked character and leadership throughout his time in every position he's held. So this is very much on brand. This is what people warn about Pete Hegseth. And the stakes are higher in the military and in our Department of Defense anywhere. Remember, this guy has access to our nukes. So we got very lucky here. And the question also has to be, what else did they do? Are there other signal chats? Are there other areas of exposure? What are they doing to investigate it? And are they making any changes right now that will ensure that he personally is kept in check?
Did they need to know all of those details of that strike, or did they need to know them after the strike was over?
I don't think it's his judgment. I don't think they needed to know. They definitely should not have known on an unsecure signal chat. That's where it's just absolutely out of bounds. And I think he should be removed. He should resign. I would argue any of them that were even on the group chat should be investigated and should be considered to be removed because it's that egregious of a violation. There's not a single member of the military that could have done that same thing and survived it.
You're talking about the confidence in military members. Have you had conversations with those who are currently serving who have feelings about this?
Yes. I mean, this is one of the things that I don't know if I can come up with a recent parallel. Maybe Afghanistan, right, where everybody was so universally outraged because it's all there. We can see the actual text. We can see the stupid emojis. And it's absolutely unprofessional. And I think people are concerned not just for themselves, but I hear from parents who have sons and daughters in the military who say these are the incompetent jackasses that are leading our people in combat. And it's important to remember, too, we are in combat every single day. They are striking the Houthis and their operations in harm's way around the world right now that could be imperiled by their consistent incompetence and sloppiness.
Yeah, and the emojis, I think, are just strikingly unserious, especially when there's collateral damage. There are people who innocent people who lose their lives inevitably in strikes like this. I think the Yemen was reporting there were a number of casualties. We don't have that confirmed, but likely innocent people will die, and you're responding with like a fire emoji and an American flag and a fist bump. It's just deeply unserious and also a little bit callous.
4 Americans died in Lithuania yesterday. Right? The 4 American troops died, and we don't know exactly what happened there. But this is happening every single day, and you need a serious response. You need total confidentiality. You need leaders with character and honor who can handle those situations with the type of leadership that other people want to emulate, not run away from.
Paul Rieckhoff, thank you very much.